Hey, what's up, Master Trainers? This is your host, Charlie Jonas here, straight out of Charcific Valley, and today I'm gonna be explaining more rules. Alright, so let's go ahead and keep talking about the rule number 8, aka evil teams. Because here in this video, we're going to get to know each one of them in more details. And this time, we are going to use just the PDF rulebook in order to do that. Alright, so without further ado, let's get started. Let's go ahead and start with the classic and the well-known Team Rocket. This evil team can be found on Kanto, Johto, and Orange Island maps regarding the traditional mode ones, alright? Since we can also find them in an exclusive way on the mini-maps, and also we can use any of the versions from Kanto or Johto to play the Savvy Islands, alright? Okay, so Team Rocket's mission is to imprison a total of 8 Pokemon. To do that, they have to beat the players up on a battle. Again, just like explained in the previous video. By the way, if you didn't see it, I'm gonna be leaving the video preparing the cards for you. So we saw that every time we get this event card here, we are going to face a rival card of the evil team, alright? So evil team event card equals battle, alright? And the Team Rocket's one looks like this. So every time they accomplish it, their mover advances one space forward on their board, alright? So here in the Kanto map, we're gonna be able to find the Team Rocket's board here on the bottom right side. So each victory are going to give them scores, alright? And as you know, since we watched the previous video, it could vary between 1 or 2. If they reach the 8th space, they successfully achieved their plan and the game ends. So we're talking about a scenario where the Team Rocket is going to score all the way up to the 8th space, making the game to be finished, alright? And here it's saying that imprisoned Pokemon belong to the team and stay out of the game, alright? And again, I'm going to be explaining further on this video series why it could matter or not. Further there when I'll be explaining about the master rules. Alright then, so here is how the Team Rocket board looks like in the Kanto map. Here how its event card looks like for Kanto map. So now let's check it out, the rival cards, how each one of them look like. So this how the pink card looks like, Jess and James using Meowth. This is how the green one looks like, Jessie with Ekans as main Pokemon and Grimer as secondary. Here the blue one having James with its Koffing as main Pokemon and Grimer also as a secondary one. Red card 1 having Jess and James again, using both Arbok and Weezing as main Pokemon and Muk as the secondary, alright? But here, although they are using 2 Pokemon, they count just like 1, okay? So they will be considered 1 Pokemon only. And the yellow one, which is the Team Rocket boss, aka Giovanni, using a Dark Charizard and Red Gyarados as secondary Pokemon. Cool, so now let's go ahead and check it out how they look like in the Orange Islands map. Alright, so here's the Orange Islands map, and we can find the Team Rocket's board on the opposite side this time. Okay, it's going to be the left bottom of it. So we have here the start space, and now we don't have the numbers, okay? We only have start, Ekans, Koffing, Arbok, Weezing, and then the game is over. So if you notice, now it has only 5 spaces, alright? That's because this Orange Islands map is a quicker adventure, so it is slightly faster than the other of the traditional ones, since it only has 4 mandatory gym leaders and only 1 league member, okay? It also has just 1 legendary option, and Team Rocket needs less victories in order to take the victory from the players. And when playing this game right here, players shall use the same rival cards from the Kanto map. Alright? So now let's go ahead and check it out how it looks like in Johto. Alright, so here we have Johto map, and down here again on the right bottom we have the Team Rocket's scoreboard. Alright, again having 8 spaces in total, but now looking slightly different. So now let's go ahead and check it out, each one of the rival cards. So here we have the pink card from Johto Team Rocket, Jesse and James using Sneasel. The green one where Jesse is going to be using Misdreavus as main Pokemon and Snubbull as the secondary. Blue one having James using its Murkrow as main Pokemon and Snubbull again as a secondary. Then you're gonna have both Jesse and James back again on the red rival card using Wobbuffet as main Pokemon and now Granbull as a secondary. And here we have the yellow one, which is going to bring back Giovanni as the boss using a Tyranitar as its main Pokemon and a Houndoom as the secondary. Nice, and then as I mentioned before, we also have the exclusive versions for each mini-map. So this is the pink card for the Battle Frontier Hoenn, Jesse and James using Meowth. Also from Hoenn mini-map we have the green card where James is going to be using its Cacnea. The blue one where Jesse is going to be using her Dustox. And the red and final one where Jesse and James are going to be using Seviper. So as you could notice, this time on the mini-maps they're going to use just one Pokemon and they're not going to show up in a yellow color card, alright? Since the mini-map has way less features than the traditional modes. So it's going to be simpler in order to be quicker. Alright, so here we also have the pink color for the Sinnoh mini-map, aka Battle Frontier Sinnoh. Here we have the green one, where Jesse is going to use her Seviper. The blue one, where James is going to use his Carnivine. And the red and last one, having Jesse and James using their Yanmega. Alright, so those were all the rival cards regarding Team Rocket, okay? All the ones you're gonna be able to find within this game series. And before we keep going ahead and talk about each other team, I gotta ask you something first. Would you like to become an etymology master just like me and get to know that Shuckle's name comes from the words shuck and turtle? What explains a lot its visual and typing? If the answer is yes, so you should check it out my Etymology Master online course. They are gonna be teaching you everything you need to know behind each Pokemon's name origin in a very fun, quick and visual way. Besides boosting your English vocabulary, you're also gonna earn an exclusive Etymology Master certificate after concluding each one of the courses. And plus all of that, you're also gonna receive an exclusive PDF file in order for you to study it again offline whenever you want. So if you got interested about it, don't forget to check it out the video gonna be leaving up there in the cards. Alright, so now let's go ahead and keep talking about the teams. Now let's go over Team Magma and Team Aqua from Hoenn map. Alright, so here we have the Hoenn map and you can find the evil teams scoreboard right here, alright? Towards the right side of it and on the very bottom. Aqua and Magma. Okay, Team Aqua, Hoenn map. Team Aqua's mission is also to imprison Pokemon, this time 4 in total, but also to release the legendary Pokemon Kyogre as well. To do that, they have to beat the players up on a battle through the team event card, which this time is going to look just like this one. And every time they accomplish, their mover advances 1 space forward on their board. Okay, just like Team Rocket. It's going to be the same for all of them. If they reach the 4th space, Kyogre won. They successfully achieved their plan. And not even a Celebi event card can undo this achievement. only an Arceus 1. Alright then, so here we are mentioning a couple other event cards. So if you don't know what they do, I'm gonna be leaving the video up there in the cards, since I already explained it previously. Alright, so let's go and understand its scoreboard. Alright, so here we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 spaces, and then once they reach the 4th space, it's not going to be nerfed through the Celebi event card anymore. Alright, it's going to demand an Arceus. So we're gonna understand why of that. And here we can check its info. A Pokemon is imprisoned and the marker advances. The game ends if they release both Kyogre and Groudon. Oh, okay, so we already can tell that the same thing is going to happen here for the Magma team. And if they go ahead and reach the Groudon space, at the same time Team Aqua reached the Kyogre one, the game is going to end. Alright? Imprisoned Pokemon follows the same rules of Team Rocket, and the game ends if the other team Magma do the same, releasing Groudon. Alright, just as I said. Okay, so now let's go ahead and check it out, each rival card. Here we have the pink one, where Grants are going to use the Puchina. Here the green one, where Courtney is going to use Magby as the main Pokemon and Baltoy as the secondary. The blue one, where Tabihita is going to use Numel as its main Pokemon and Slugma as its secondary. Then we're gonna have the red color, where Courtney and Tabihita are going to be back using both Turco and Camerupt as main Pokemon and Claydol as the secondary one. And here again, both of them are going to be considered just like one, alright? And then, last but not least, we have Maxi as yellow card, using its Magmar as its main Pokemon and Magcargo as the secondary one. Alright, so that was Team Magma. Let's go ahead now and talk about Team Aqua. So here how the Team Aqua event card looks like. Now let's go over each one of the rival cards. Pink one, where Grants are going to use Puchina as the only Pokemon. Green one, where Shelly is going to use her Clamperl as main Pokemon and Wingull as secondary. Blue one, where Matt's going to use his Carvanha as main Pokemon and Wingull as secondary. Red one, where Matt and Shelly are going to be back using both Huntail and Sharpedo as main Pokemon and Pelipper as secondary. Here again, both are going to count just like one. And finally we have Archie as the yellow card one, using his Wailord as his main Pokemon and Relicanth as secondary one. Alright, so here are both Team Magma and Aqua, okay? I don't have to go ahead and read the other one because it's going to work in the same way, okay? So if they happen to both release Groudon and Kyogre at the same time, the game ends. Although here they have independent scoreboards, alright? Since sometimes you're gonna be facing Team Aqua and sometimes you're gonna be facing Team Magma. So, unlikely all the other teams, in the whole map, players are going to find 3 cards from Magma and 3 cards from Aqua. Not 6 cards of the same team, alright? Cool, so now let's go ahead and check it out, the Sinnoh map. Alright, so here we have it. This time we're gonna be talking about Team Galactic, and we're gonna be able to find its scoreboard up there at the left side, okay? Team Galactic. A Pokemon is imprisoned and the marker advances. The game ends if they release both Dialga and Palkia. So here is slightly more complex than before. So let's go ahead and read it. Team Galactic Sinnoh map. Team Galactic's mission is to imprison 8 Pokemon in total, 2, but also to release the legendary Pokemon Dialga and Palkia. In order to do that, they have to beat the players on a battle again, and every time they do it, their marker is going to advance forward 1 space. If they reach the 4th space, the Dialga one, they cannot go backwards from it through a Celebi event card anymore. Okay, so Celebi will now just undo their progress from the 7th to the 6th, 6th to the 5th, and 5th to the 4th spaces. only Arceus even card can bring them down to 0. Okay, so now let's go ahead and understand it. So let's say they scored 1, 2, 3, 4 points. Once they scored 4 points, Celebi is not able to nerf them anymore, alright? Since they already reached the Dialga space. So from that point and beyond, the team score is only going to go forward. Although, if they have scored 2 points, I could use Celebi to bring it back to 1. If they have scored 3 points, I could use Celebi to bring it back to 2. But if they scored 4, it's not going to work anymore. Then once more, if they have moved to the 5th spot, they could go back to the 4th through a Celebi card, but not back from it, alright? So the 4th is going to be its minimum from now on. And then if you reach the 6th, it could go back to the 5th, the 7th could go back to the 6th, but if they reach the 8th spot, which is Dialga, the game is over, alright? So you gotta be aware. Before it reaches the 4th space, it can go back to 1 or even to 0 through Celebi. After the 4th space, you won't be going back from it, alright? So it's going to be limited to the 4th space. Only Arceus then is going to be able to reset it. Alright, so now let's go ahead and check it out how their cards look like. So here we have Team Galactic event card with the Captain Mars, if I'm not wrong, using her Per Ugly. Then we have the green one with Captain Jupiter, using her Skantank as main Pokemon and Zubat as secondary. Then we have the blue one, where Captain Saturn is going to use his Toxicroak as main Pokemon and Golbat as the secondary one. Red card, where Captain Charon is going to use his Bronzong as main Pokemon and Crobat as the secondary one. And last but definitely not least, the yellow card, where Cyrus is going to use his Darkrai as main Pokemon and Honchkrow as the secondary one. Very cool. Alright then, so if you wanna keep checking all the other teams from all the other maps, stay tuned because we're gonna keep talking about in the next video. Until then, don't forget that there's an epic version of this map right here, which regards a crossover between Lord of the Rings and Pokemon. So if you're wondering how the evil teams look like in Middle-earth, you should check it out. This video gonna be leaving up there in the cards. Also, don't forget to follow me on all my social media. This way you can stay tuned about any news of this project. And if you like gameplays and wanna see me playing this game live, make sure to follow me on the Purple website as well, since there very soon I'm going to be playing this game almost every day. And if you like to start to get to know each one of the teams of this game series, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, subscribe and share this video with everyone else you wanna play this game with. This way they can get to know all the rules just like you do. And by doing that, you're gonna help me spread the channel and to reach my next goal of 1,000 subscribers. And here this channel, every time I reach a goal, you guys earn a prize, which this time is going to be new content for the channel and also another mini map for you to play. Don't forget that you could always come here to the pkmmtr.com to check out the rules in a more visual and interactive way. There you're also gonna be able to click on the download button to request access to all the printable files from my Google Drive. There you're gonna be finding the content according to the publicly released one so far, although this time you're gonna be able to download it, print it out, and assemble your own physical version of the game, just like a huge DIY. Although in order to have access to the files, you gotta be a subscriber to the channel, and also to leave a comment down below, let me know the first half of your email, alright? It's very important. If you don't do both steps, it won't be possible for me to grant you the access. It's for free, all I'm asking you in return is to do these 2 simple steps, alright? So if you have any doubts, just check it out the pinned comments down below. And if you like to access this mod I'm using right now and play the Kanto map using all the cards and chips from all the generations combined, so you should check it out my Patrons page, since there you're gonna be able to find an option to sign up for early access membership. This way you're not only going to be able to play this mod right here, but also another 9 other ones, which are going to include different game modes such as the express game modes, super express game modes, and also the mini maps. Alright, a lot of fun, a lot of content, and you could also share it with up to 5 other players, making it as cheap as the other symbolic support option. Alright, although this time, instead of only getting a customized chip just like this one, you're gonna be getting the early access as well. So if you got interested about it, check it out, the links in the description. There you're also gonna find a link to the Logos by Nick Academy, which regards a very cool platform full of courses which are going to teach you everything you need to know to become a logo creator master. And with those skills, you're gonna be able to create very cool logos just like these ones right here I created to use in this project. The courses are going to teach you how to use free softwares such as GIMP and Inkscape in order to create very cool logos. And who knows, with those skills, it could even be possible for you to make some extra income. Alright? So it's very useful and I highly recommend it. There in the links in the description, you're also gonna find a list of very cool products I recommend for you who's willing to build or even to renew your gaming setup. So if you are down to do it, please take a time and check it out, the list I'm gonna be leaving there for you. I deeply appreciate it. And of course, I don't even have to mention that any product or course purchased through the links down below are going to support this channel a lot and help me out to keep bringing you even more content. Don't forget to ring the bell in order to be notified about new videos here in this channel. I hope you guys liked what we're talking about today, and I see you in the next one.